are here on a very special occasion. It's the 26th of August 2024. We are here in a meditation center in Sterksel with next to me Swami Atmavidyananda ji. Thank you very much for your presence.
Thank you.
We are also here with our beloved Guru Paramahamsa Prachananda ji. Today also it's the celebration of Sri Krishna. We meditate here together, we pray to have more self-knowledge and also to benefit for all of the creation, all of our family. And in this tradition, it's a really ancient tradition based on the science of breath. And I want to share some of these precious jewels with you during this interview, because it has brought me a lot in my life, a lot of transformation. So that's the purpose of this interview. Also, the intention is to clarify what a healthy culture could be. So what is the place of Kriya Yoga in our modern day society, and how Kriya Yoga can support in creating this. So our beloved Gurudev, Paramahamsa Hariharananda, he often writes and has talked about the term soul culture. Can you give a brief explanation on what this means?
Okay. Thank you for this question. My master, Paramahamsa Hariharananda, he gave this unique word, soul culture. Very often we hear about the agriculture or different types of cultures in science, but he gave it a name, soul culture. The meaning is that we, as human being, we are endowed with two forces. We have two aspects of our personality. One is form, other is formless. So body has a form, but the body is not active or cannot do any function if there is no presence of soul. So behind this body form, there is formless power of divine, that is called soul. So once we try to find out that who we really are, we are not essentially this body, but we are the soul. So that process of finding within who we really are is called the soul culture.
Wow, so beautiful. So the message is really that it is a fundament as a human culture, that we really find out who we firstly are, and by that we can create a culture which is more in line with our nature and also creation, right?
Yeah, because the body is nature and soul is the power of God. So God and God's creation both are together, form and formless.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much. Next question. It's about Kriya Yoga. Maybe you can give a short explanation about Kriya Yoga, and particularly how it can help to eradicate the suffering and the separation in human culture.
The message of Kriya Yoga is to bring unity. And Kriya Yoga is the most ancient and scientific technique which is given by God in the beginning of creation. And the message of this beautiful teaching is that we are one family. The entire universe is one family, and how can we eradicate our divisions and come back to that state of unity, because we belong to one family. So when we practice Kriya Yoga, we develop those qualities which are like love, compassion, forgiveness, and we can remove all the divisions. We start seeing that I am not this body, but I am the soul. And same thing, we start perceiving that wherever I am seeing, whomever I am talking to or dealing with is none but the power of God. So there is no more division, because I am the soul and same power of God is existing anywhere, everywhere. So this is how we can expand our domain of love, our understanding, and we can live together in peace, in harmony, as our purpose given by God is.
That is such a beautiful message. So Kriya Yoga is an ancient science which is being a part of the heritage of India. And the next question is, what is for you the most powerful message of the cultural heritage of India?
For me, the Vedic tradition, which is from India, it always says that the highest purpose of our life is to reunite with God. We are not here born to enjoy the world only, but we are also have to develop our positive qualities. We have to manifest the divinity. We all are children of God, and we forget it, and because of this ignorance we commit mistakes, we can create divisions, we create conflicts. So the best thing which I found from Kriya Yoga, that it brings a unity, peace and harmony within and also outside the world. So we can see that we all are vibrating in the same frequency, and we can move together towards our evolution and go back to that state where we have felt that separation, and we can become one with God.
And what is for you God? Because it's such a loaded word.
Yeah, very often God, this word is most abused.
Yes, exactly.
But God, I would not put any religious aspect to that. I would say that God, we can compare that there is some supreme reality. There is some supreme power which is governing this entire universe in a perfect order. So what is that power? That supreme reality, we can also call it as a pure consciousness, and that is exactly formless pure consciousness is God. Now God, this is just a word given. I would suggest all of you don't go by the word, but go by the principle that there is some supreme power, some supreme reality which is existing outside in this entire universe, and the same power is within us. So it is just a play of same consciousness, and that is what is the purpose of our Kriya meditation, to feel within and outside that it is not different but we are the same. So God, take it in the sense that it is the supreme reality, it is the pure consciousness beyond our comprehension.
That sounds really liberating. Thank you for your beautiful explanation. I say, to continue this question, also I want to ask you about the role of a human being. What is the role of the human being in the plan of creation and his potential in the perspective of Kriya Yoga?
Thank you for this question. As a human being, we are the children of God. If you read the Holy Bible, it is said that God made human being in his own image, but we have forgotten. So we think that we are ordinary being and we are suffering, but we are the children of God. As God has the potential, God has all those powers, and same power we also inherit actually, but we do not recognize it. So our role on this earth planet is to bring peace, bring more love and harmony in this creation, because this creation is also a gift of God. Being the children of God, or I would say that successor of God, sons of God, it is our moral duty to make this world more beautiful, because it is creation of God. So our role is to bring more love, peace, harmony and more beauty in this creation, living together, and at the same time we evolve slowly and we again go back to our source, which is God.
Wow. And I can talk for myself. I'm practicing Kriya now for more than 10 years. How this helps to be a channel for the divine and to really spread the greatness of the divine of God through our talents and love. And that's really, I'm really grateful to be able to have transformed my life and to have more meaning into my life. And I think that's so important in these days, that we have like a sense of a bigger purpose and understanding of our existence. And Kriya Yoga can definitely benefit a lot in this deeper existential questions. The next question is about our modern, about our modern world and the events. are the global events that are taking place connected to the current Dwapara Yuga, so to our current age? Maybe you can specify a bit more what this is for our viewers. Thank you.
It's a very interesting question. As per the traditional belief in India also, not only in the world but also in India, the traditional people believe that we are in the Kali Yuga.
Yes.
And just to give us a little bit idea that this time period, there is a life cycle. So there are 4 eras, we call them Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. So it's a cyclic process. The creation goes through these 4 eras. The traditional belief is we are in Kali. Kali means the age of conflict. And when we look outside, we feel like that. But truly, the master, like in our lineage, our master Swami Shri Yukteswarji, he had calculated very precisely from the ancient scripture, and he has clarified that we are not in Kali Yuga, but we are at present in Dwapar Yuga. Dwapar, and he gave very meticulously explanation about that. In the Dwapar Yuga, if we see, it was, the technology was very advanced, and if we look at the Kali Yuga, it is the period of darkness. So we are not really in that period. 2000 years ago, yes, we can say that it was a period of darkness or Kali, but you see now the technology, even the consciousness is rising, more people are becoming spiritual. So this is not the sign of Kali, we are in Dwapara.
Definitely.
So all the events which are happening now, they are more prevalent with the Dwapar Yuga. But again, what is this Dwapara? As we see the 360 degree in a circle, so first it was like a descending from Satyuga, then Treta, and then comes Dwapar, Kali. And then from Kali Yuga, we cannot go directly to Satyuga because it's a cyclic process. So again we pass through ascending. So we are in ascending Dwapar Yuga. And if you know that in Dwapar Yuga, the previous, which was descending Dwapar Yuga, Lord Krishna was born, and today is the birthday of Lord Krishna.
Wow.
Lord Krishna was born, and there was a great battle. In the battle, if you see, the weapons which were used, they were like atomic weapons, missiles, and all those advanced weapons, even the technology, that is not available. That was not available in the Kali Yuga. But you see now, we can communicate with anybody, we can see anybody in any part of the world. So these are all the events which are taking place. It indicates definitely that we are in Dwapar Yuga. You can argue that why there are so many wars. So even in the Dwapar Yuga, in every Yuga actually there were wars. Okay. Wars are because there are 2 forces in the creation. One is the positive forces, divine forces. One is like negative forces, dark forces. So it is always existing because they are part of creation. Yes, the wars can be more or less, but there will be. So nothing to worry about that. We are still growing in economy, in spirituality, in technology, and many more areas where we are developing very fast. So all the events definitely show that we are in ascending Dwapar Yuga.
Wow, thank you very much. For me personally, it helps a lot to place these events into a perspective of the time cycles, as the Vedic knowledge teaches us that creation is built up of different cycles, and that's also wars. They are a part of the circumstances of the times we are living in, and that we can ourselves contribute in a positive way by cultivating our inner environment. By cultivating our inner environment, we make a positive change in the outer environment. Now we come to the practical question. Do you have some practical advice in which way we can cultivate divine virtues that will ultimately transform society?
To bring transformation in the society, in the community or in the country, the first thing we have to bring transformation within. So because charity begins at home. So first we have to transform our own life, And for that, we have to become more loving, we have to become more forgiving, more compassionate in this current situation in the world. And if we are loving, if we are peaceful, then only we can bring peace to others. Only talking about peace is not going to make any difference. So let us begin with ourselves, and looking at that, the people around us will get transformation, or they will be inspired to do something. So Kriya Yoga definitely helps in that way. Kriya Yoga is based on breath regulation and concentration technique. And the breath and mind, they are correlated. If we can pacify the breath, if we can regulate the breath, we can regulate the mind. All the troubles in the present time we see, it starts with the restlessness of mind. Mind goes in negative direction, channelize in different ways, and then create havoc. So first thing that we have to bring peace by bringing peace to our breath. So we regulate the breath, we regulate the mind, and our life becomes more peaceful, more happy, more healthy, and then we can extend it to our family, we can further extend or expand it to our community. The individual beings are all part of society, because when we talk about society, it is nothing but the group of people.
Yeah.
So if anyone in this society, any person, individual person is sick or is not happy or healthy, it affects the entire society. So it is our individual duty to bring peace first within.
Yes.
And that is where Kriya Yoga helps an individual. It is not a religion, it is just a scientific technique based on breath regulation. Very simple technique, everybody can learn and practice it.
Exactly.
And this is the way that we can definitely make this society a better society, make our country, make our entire world or creation as a beautiful creation by bringing transformation first within and then extending it to outside.
Exactly. Yes. We ought to key in our own hands.
Yes.
By mastering our breath, we can master ourselves and ultimately bring a positive change to society. Last question. In the Kriya Yoga tradition, it's really clear talked about the purpose of human life. Can you give an explanation for the viewers about what is the purpose of human life in the light of Kriya Yoga?
You know, in mathematics or physics, we often use some dot and circle. We talk about that. This universe is like a circle. Our life is like a circle. It's all cyclic process. So we started at some point. As we said that we are all children of God. So we have come from God, and this is the exactly same statement made by Lord Jesus in the Holy Bible when he said, I have come from my Father and I have to go back to my Father. So we have come from our God. That is our source. And now we are on a continuous journey, life after life. We are just moving. This world is a temporary place where we come, learn, develop, evolve, but we have to go back to our real home. So the purpose of our life is to reunite with that supreme reality. We call it divine, or you can say the pure consciousness. So individual consciousness which is playing in this creation has to again expand, elevate and merge back into that source of pure consciousness. And today or tomorrow we all have to do it. That is the purpose, and that is why we are born here, to learn the lesson, to develop, evolve, and then go back to the source.
Wow. And also to manifest the qualities of the source here, right?
Yes, because this is the process. When we are evolving, we are developing. During that, all these divine qualities are manifested, which are qualities of supreme reality. Because we are not different. The image and the object, they cannot be different. So spreading love and manifesting all those divine qualities, and then finally merging into that divine.
Wow.
That's the purpose.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Swami Atmavidyananda.
Thank you, Baba, for this opportunity.
Yes, and it's a great blessing to be able to receive these teachings, this knowledge, and I hope you you like this and you spread this knowledge also from your heart to another one's heart. Thank you for watching, and blessings.
Thank you all.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. We are on our duty.
Yeah.